What's good, YouTube? We are here with the one, the only, the Pandaman, because this is the Pandaman fan club. He did it again. He got top 8 at regional, finishing 7th in 2 days, and I'm going to post the deck profile. So there's this deck profile and then him winning locals. With this deck, with only minor changes, most likely to the side deck, I'll let him explain, he went 11-1-1 this past weekend in tournaments. So, how you feel, big fella?
Yeah, I'm tired, but good. Definitely had a good time. It was hot. They need better AC at Yeti Gaming.
So you decided to take the best drink?
Yeah, Spright on the rocks. We named it that for some cards I didn't end up playing in the end. That was just funny, but we can definitely go ahead and get into this deck profile. Keep it nice, short, and simple. I decided to just play it simple. 3 blues, 3 jets. Ended up upgrading to 2 reds and 1 carrot from... I'm not sure if I did this weekend. I might have. I can't remember. But I felt like these were good. 2 of these, 1 of that. I think when I was trying 1 and 1, I always wanted to see a second one of those because I always needed a second one, especially with Spright Smashers. That typically is the card that ends up getting banished. But that was this engine, and then the like that 3 swap.
Shiny.
No, those aren't the shiny ones. And then Ronin, Toad, and Dupe. I know some people said not cut Dupe, but that I would never cut that. It forces people to have to attack over that when they would try to attack over like your red or your carrot when you had them on the board to try to get rid of them so that you can use the effect. Now they have to attack that. 3 Diva. Obvious reason, level 2 searches another level 2. It's always funny to people who would negate that. I never understood why. I'm like, that's a waste of an Ash or an Effect Veil or an Perm, especially turn 1 when I have a handful of cards. Decided to play this. I'm running E-Telly in the deck, of course. It's a level 2. It has a creature spot-like effect if I have Ghost Ogre as well. Never came up. Well, it did once, but it wouldn't have helped me, unfortunately, because the guy had Crooked Cook on the board. That's unaffected, so... other than that, it's a level 2, and it's a tuner.
How they fight, Brad?
3 Ash, 3 Effect Veiler, 2 Crow, 2 Morning, 2 Ghost Ogre. I'm playing 2 Mourner because I only have 2 impermanents. I have 2 secret impermanents, and I'm only playing a 3rd if I have a 3rd secret. Or I gotta swap these for them, so I wasn't doing it.
I gotta ask real quick, was there ever times where you felt like you had to make the combo line to where you summoned to Ash and then added to hand?
No. I don't even know what?
You summon Ash off Halifabrax and then you can
I rarely ever made Halifabrax. Okay. It's very hard to make that card in this deck, actually. Okay. And that card, there's... None of the splites are tuners. And most of your opening hands are tuners. It's not easy to make. And then once you've played, even with Halifabrax, once you've played Spright, what's that fucking name? Gigantic, there we go. Once you play Gigantic, you're not summoning any of these off of Halp, even if you can make Halp.
Gotcha.
So it's very specific to make Halp.
Yeah. And you just found it was better to make better combo plays than to add Ash.
What do you mean? I always had Ash in my hand. I didn't need to. Are you talking about getting it off and trying to bounce it back with swap?
Yeah, that's one of the combos.
Yeah, I've never
felt the need to do that because you always had it in hand. I was asking.
Or even if I didn't, I mean, the boards were better. I didn't know that was something people were doing. I guess you could do that. I don't know. I think it's easier with Max C because you're normally locked into 2s. So, gotcha. But emergency teleport, Smasher. I would actually up Smasher to 2 after playing this weekend. There were so many times I wish I had a second one, so I would actually play 2 Spright Smashers. As a matter of fact, I would probably drop one of these down and just play 2 of these, and I would play 2 of that. And then of course, 3 starters, best card in the deck. 2 triple tactical talents. I could probably cut that. Never saw it when I did see it. For whatever reason, people never had hand traps, so card kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. It's good if it can go off, but it almost never goes off. And then, of course, the one of, and 2 impermanents. Lots of hand traps. If I'm not doing my combo, I'm hand trapping you to death. Spright Elf, Gigantic, the one Halifabrax, one Abramax, Gloomy, never used it. The Zeus package, use that a lot.
Can't go wrong with it.
The Good Nightmares. This is probably one of the first engines I've used Cerberus in because you're typically locked into 2s, so something to pop stuff. These are really what I use Hulk for. This jacks 2 cards from your opponent. Did this multiple times. Took cards from people.
And did you feel like Cerberus was actually better than Unicorn, at least for the tournament you were in?
All right, I'm going to say it again. This deck locks you into 2s. 9 times out of 10, I could not make it.
Got you.
You don't see any 3s in here for a reason. It's not that this is better. This is not better than Unicorn.
Well, no, I meant for the deck.
I mean, for this deck, there's the reason you run this. Like, if you look at most lists, I don't think there's too many lists that run Unicorn. And if they are, they will probably cut it soon, in my opinion. And if they don't, I think it's weird. Because there's already other cards I would like to run that I don't particularly have space for. But one card, like, I would definitely love to have 3 of this. Like, if it wasn't for space, I'd want 3 Elf and 3, especially Gigantic. Because that's the card that people are supposed to hit. And then, of course, the 1 Toad. But, as far as that, that's pretty basic this weekend. A lot of my matches, it was just them stopping. It was whoever ran out of hand traps or the ability to stop the other person. And then once you got to go off and they couldn't stop you no more, you won. That's essentially how the day went. Side deck, only had 2. I just pulled a third, so now I have my play set. This is, in my opinion, this is going to be the next $100 card. Like Droplets. If you don't have your play set, I definitely suggest you pick it up now while it's only $50.
Got Palooza doing her thing.
Before it gets stupid priced. 3 pointers. End up choosing this over Solemn Judgment. This takes any card out of your opponent's hand, any problematic card. Did it plenty of times. Like I said, with my combo with Hulk, this is me taking 3 cards from my opponent. You're not playing. If you open 2 hand traps and you use 2 hand traps and I jack 3 cards from you.
Yeah.
2 Twin Twister, obvious back row hate. 3 Dark Ruler No Mores. I actually I don't think I ever sided that card in. Like, I actually don't think I would run that. I don't know. I didn't play any Tyramids, so maybe if I played them, I would have wanted to. But 2 Nibs, 2 Spear Modes. Obvious reasons why they're sided and not main. I typically sided these 4 in. Over times when I could use Ruler, I sided these in. I don't like this because I can't kill people. And to be honest with you, Ultimate Slayer tend to handle whatever. And the way Sprights work, you normally don't have enough negates to stop me from playing. And Zeus is more than once. You most time get to do it twice, and they normally don't have enough to stop you. Gotcha. And side deck card for when I put in Slayer if I played against a fusion deck, because I didn't really have an extra spot in here. Because I did use Cerberus. Cerberus did come up multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So that was my side deck. As far as changes I would probably make, like I may look for a third one of those. I got the 3rd Slayer, so I'm happy there. And probably more back row hate. Maybe throw in a red reboot, especially after learning, because I never really thought about it, that I can Zeus their board after I red reboot them. So, but yeah, that was it. That's what I basically won this weekend with. And in Panda old school fashion, this deck is now retired from me. I'm moving on to the next deck.
Yes, sir.
Math Mix incoming.
And we'll have that deck profile too when he do something amazing with it. Any shout outs or anything, sir?
No, I hate everybody. Equal opportunity haters. No, I'm playing. Not really, no. No shout outs. I'm not shouting nobody out. I'm tired.
He had a long weekend, a lot of winning. We're going to go celebrate. Until next time, YouTube, there's always been to make deuces.